Hi, George. I'm Sheriff McCoy. I'm from Hamilton County.
Okay.
I have a search warrant for your, or you can just hand it over.
Well, it's still at the shop.
But you got pieces here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep. So, can you open the garage door for us? And
Yeah.
okay.
All right. If you guys were planning on following my newest build, the 1973 Honda ATC70, unfortunately, we're probably not going to get to see that build happen, and that's because that three-wheeler was stolen. So I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you guys a little bit about what happened last week.
This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down. This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down. This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down. This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down. This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down. This is my village, this is my town, this is my city, this is how it goes down.
So after work last Wednesday, me and the family were going to head to Home Depot for a few things, and my toddler wanted Hannah to drive, so we took my pickup, but Hannah was driving. We start backing out of the driveway and see that there's a cop sitting on the side of the road, a couple houses down from my place. So Hannah's kind of freaking out because she doesn't have her license with her. I tell her it's no big deal. I'm like, just drive. You never get pulled over. It's fine. So we start driving. This cop starts following us. And we get down the road a couple miles. And I kind of forgot that he was even back there. But Hannah's watching. And she starts freaking out. She's like, I'm getting pulled over. I'm like, for what? We haven't even done anything. So anyway, she pulls over. Cop comes up to my side of the window. I roll the window down, give him my registration and insurance. And he asked for Hannah's license. She's like, oh, I don't got it. He's like, no big deal. I'll just look it up. And then he looks at me and he's like, are you George? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I need you to step out, come back to my police cruiser. I need to talk to you. I was like, okay. So I get out, I go get in the car with him, and he's looking up Hannah's information. While he's running that, he's like, hey, did you see me sitting in front of your house back there? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, do you have a YouTube channel? And I'm like, yeah, I got a small channel, yeah. He's like, okay, well, do you restore old three-wheelers? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. He said, we seen your newest video, and that three-wheeler is meets the description of a three-wheeler that was stolen in Hamilton County. And I'm like, oh, great, here we go. So I'm like, okay. First thing I asked this cop, I'm like, the person that had that three-wheeler stolen, did they have the VIN number off of that three-wheeler? Because then, you know, we could look at the VIN number on this one, see if it matches. Cop's like, I don't know. He's like, you'll have to talk to the Hamilton County Sheriff when you talk to her, you'll have to figure that out. And he said that's why he was sitting a couple houses down from my place. He was waiting for Hamilton County to get here, and then they were gonna come talk to me. But anyways, I'm like, okay. He's like, where'd you buy it? And I'm like, well, I bought it from a guy on Facebook. It wasn't on Marketplace. It was actually a guy that I know. He actually has a pickup that I used to have. So he's messaged me a few times asking about the truck. He knows I'm into these 70s. So he messages me and he asks, if I'd be interested in another 70. He said he's tried buying it in the past and almost had it, and then the wife of the guy backed out. So he's like, I'm gonna go back over there and see if he'll sell it, but if he sells it, do you want to buy it? And I'm like, I don't care, just let me know. A couple months go by, he sends me pictures of it and asks me if I'm interested in it. And I'm like, well, yeah, what do you want for it? He's like, well, I paid 150 bucks, so give me 150 bucks, you can have it. I'm like, all right, deal, I'll come get it. So when my friend sends me some pictures of it, it's in pretty rough shape. It doesn't have any wheels. It is missing the seat, it's missing the rear grab bar. It looks, I mean, I don't even know if it runs at this point, but I'm like, whatever, you know, that's the type of projects I like. I like taking something that most people would just take to a scrapyard, and I like saving them and bringing them back. So it's right up my alley for what I want to do. So I go pick it up, pay him 150 bucks, bring it home, and basically shove it over in the corner of my garage. At this point, I'm still working on this one, so I'm like, whatever, I'll shove it over there. And that was last June, so that was 9 months ago that I bought it from my friend. Anyways, let's go back to, I'm sitting in the cop car talking to the cop. He takes down my information. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Hamilton County Sheriff and let them call you. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. The Hamilton County Sheriff calls me, and she asked me some questions. She's like, where'd you get it? I tell her, and she's like, well, I'm gonna have to come confiscate it tomorrow. I tell her, I'm like, yeah, look, I have it, but it's all tore apart. I got the frame and some other parts at the powder coat shop right now. They're getting powder coated. I got the gas tank at a dent repair place. He's supposed to be popping the dents out for me. And she's like, well, that's fine. I'm gonna need you to go get that stuff and then round it all up, and then I'll come get it tomorrow. So I asked this cop, I'm like, well, how are we sure that this is the same three-wheeler that was stolen? I'm like, can I get a copy of the police report and see what the description they gave when it was stolen was? And she's like, I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure if we can do that or not. I'm like, well, did they have the VIN number to it? She said that they didn't have it. And I was like, well, how can we be sure that this is the same three-wheeler? Because I got no problem giving it back. If it was one of mine and it got stolen, I would want it back. But I just wanted some evidence that that was in fact the same three-wheeler. So she tells me that she explains the gas tank to me, like, yeah, they repainted it and then gas ate the paint where it seeped out, which is, you know, I'm like, yeah, anybody who watched my first video that's seen the three-wheeler could say that. So I asked her, I'm like, did they have pictures of it? Because it had some decals on the tank that weren't original. And I was like, if they just showed me a picture of the three-wheeler and it had those same decals on it, I would be like, okay, yep, that's the same three-wheeler, and I would hand it over. But she said that they had pictures of it from the 90s. And I'm like, well, that was 30 years ago. So I was like, okay. And basically at this point, I said, okay, yeah, I'll go get the parts, and just to get her off the phone. And then, so cut to the next day, I take the day off of work. I go talk to a lawyer. I'm like, what should I do here? Like, I have no problem returning it if it's stolen and being out, but I'm like, I want some evidence that this is in fact the same three-wheeler. So the lawyer tells me, he's like, you don't even have to talk to these cops if you don't want to. He's like, you can make them get a warrant. I'm like, well, I want to cooperate. So he's like, well, I would call them, tell them that you're willing to cooperate, but they need to show you some evidence that it's the same three-wheeler. So that's what I did. I got off the phone, I called the sheriff. She works nights, so I left a voicemail and I said, hey, look, I'm willing to cooperate, but I want to see some pictures or the description from when it was stolen, something that gives me a little more confidence that this is the same three-wheeler. So I leave her a voicemail and I don't get a call that night. She doesn't come over, so I'm like, all right, whatever. The next day, I get home from work, I'm watching a little bit of TV. I start my pickup. I'm getting ready to go get my kids from daycare, and I'm taking a piss, and I hear somebody knocking on the door, and I'm like, well, I got a pretty good suspicion of who this is. So my dog's freaking out. Just got this dog a few months ago. She's really protective. I'm scrambling, like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with her. So I throw her out back and then I go answer the door. Cops give me the search warrant. So I'm like, all right, I'll open the garage. I come out to the garage. One cop follows me through the house. The other cops go from the front porch to the garage door. And I get to the garage, open the garage door, and I forgot that the side door to the garage was open. So my dog jumped up, hit the lever, let herself into the garage. And she's nervous around new people, so she's growling and stuff. I bring the cop outside, I throw the dog inside, not thinking that I left the front door open. So I open the garage door to let the other cops in, and the damn dog ran to the front door, jumped up, hit the screen door, and let herself out. So now she's outside in the yard, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, she's gonna run up to one of these cops and start barking and stuff, and they might shoot her. So I run out into the driveway, I grab the dog, just throw her in the truck at this point, and all right, so dog is put away. I start rounding up the parts for the three-wheeler, and like I said, this entire thing is tore apart. If you've watched the last video you've seen, we've stripped it down completely. You also notice that I messed the rear axle up, beating it out because it was stuck in the bearing carrier or whatever you want to call it, the rear end. So I ended up beating the axle out of it, messed threads up. I have a new axle on the bench, and I have a ton of parts for this three-wheeler on the bench, but the cops, they tell me, don't give us anything that you bought, just give us what was on the three-wheeler when you got it. So I'm like, okay. So I give them everything, they'll load everything up. I ask them, I'm like, well, the frame is still at the shop, tank's still at the shop. Do you want me to go get those, or are you guys gonna go get them? They said they'll go get them. I'm like, all right, whatever. So sitting here, I give this cop information. I show him text messages between me and the guy that I bought it from. I show him everything, like, look, this is where we were talking about it. This is where he told me he bought it for 150 bucks. I told him I would buy it. All right. He's got plenty of evidence that I did not steal it. I didn't know it was stolen when I bought it. But he's like, okay, well, I need you to take screenshots of those messages, email them to me. Okay. So I started asking him, I'm like, I only have like not even 600 subscribers. That video has only been out for, it was out for 13 days before they got a hold of me. I'm like, it had 200 views. I'm like, how the hell did this guy who had this three-wheeler even find my video? I didn't even have it titled right, so it's not like, I don't know what happened. When I uploaded it to YouTube, I swear I put something else in the title of the video, but it was titled the date. It was like, whatever, February 20, whatever. And that's all the title was. So I'm like, how did this guy even find the video? And he said that apparently one of his friends is a subscriber and he found the video, and then he's like, oh yeah, I think that's your old three-wheeler, sent it to him. So whatever, you know, I thought it was kind of crazy. I'm like, my tiny little channel, this guy ends up seeing his old three-wheeler. So anyways, that was kind of crazy, but yeah, so I'm talking to the cop and I'm like, well, what kind of condition was this thing in when this was stolen? Like, did it have everything there? And he's like, apparently it had wheels on it. I don't know what happened to those, because when I got it, it didn't have any wheels. The pictures that my friend sent me, it didn't have any wheels. So apparently at some point somebody stripped the wheels off of it. I don't know if the seat or the grab bar was with it. I don't know. So anyways, I'm talking to him about that, and I tell the cop, I'm like, hey, is there any way you guys can give him my contact info, so maybe, you know, he'll reach out and we can work some sort of deal out? Because right now he's getting back a three-wheeler that's in pieces. The frame is sandblasted, but it's not powder coated, because I ordered some new fenders for it. I took a new fender with me when I dropped it off to get powder coated, and the guy was trying to order powder that was going to match the fender. So he has the frame sandblasted, but it's not powder coated. So yeah, anyways, what I'm getting at is he's getting this thing back in a bunch of pieces, and so he's got a three-wheeler without the parts to fix it. I have a bunch of parts, but no three-wheeler to put them on. So if you're watching this, or if anybody knows him, can you send him this video? I gave the police my contact info to give to you. I was gonna see if you could reach out and maybe we can work some sort of deal out. I don't know how attached you are to the three-wheeler, but I would like to be able to buy it from you and make it right with you if you were willing to sell it. And if you are attached to it and it's got sentimental value, I totally get it. I still have the first three-wheeler that I bought when I was 14 years old. So I totally get it if you don't want to sell it, and that's fine. But if you want to work out some sort of deal, I can sell you the parts that I have to finish it, or if you want to, I will finish restoring it. You can pay for the parts and give me a little bit of money for the labor. But yeah, I would like to see this three-wheeler be saved. I don't want to see it just get scrapped or, you know, thrown out. But anyways, I got all new bearings for it. I got pretty much all the parts to build a solid roller out of it. That's what I ordered. And I got all new bearings. I got a set of wheels that were off of this one, the factory wheels. I got those factory wheels. I got those all powder coated and brand new tires on those. yeah, I got a new sprocket dampener, pretty much everything to build it back to a roller. That's typically how I like to do my projects. I like to build a roller out of them first, and once they're put together and on the ground and you can actually move them around and stuff, then I'll start buying more stuff. And I don't know. I don't even know if the motor runs. I never even tried to get it running. I don't know if it does run, if it runs like crap, if it needs rebuilt. I'm assuming it probably needs rebuilt. And that was all stuff that I was gonna do down in the future. Right now, I was just focused on getting everything repainted, getting it put back together as a roller. So, like I said, if you're watching this, if you are interested in possibly getting rid of it, please hit me up. I would love to buy it. And if you don't want to sell it, maybe you'll want to buy the parts that I have so you can put it back together, because it sucks for both parties here. It sucks for me because I have a bunch of parts and I was looking forward to restoring this. It sucks for you because you got it stolen from you. So anyways, I just wanted to put this video out, give you guys an update, let you know this build is probably not happening, but unless this guy reaches out and we can make some sort of deal. But anyways, that's gonna do it, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I need to I need to dump some money into my car. I thought about tearing this one down and just redoing this and making it factory, but all brand new, clean, get the tank redone and whatnot. I have a Honda Z50 that needs restored, so might work on that one. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. Like I said, we can redo this. We can redo the Z50. The car, that one, I don't know. We'll see. That thing's going to be thousands of dollars. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you see this, please reach out. And the rest of you guys, thanks for watching.